Chance had bade him pick an unfortunate place to step. Aggressive ant-like creatures swarmed him from below. So many in number were his tiny attackers that we quickly lost sight of him under the onslaught. We finally managed to pull Gravit from the insects, acquiring several painful welts where we had come to his aid. Mr. Gravit, however, was bitten, or stung, as I would eventually discover, so many times he was barely recognizable. Swollen unto deformity over every inch of his person, moaning like a sick bull, he expired before we could carry him back to the beach. Luckily, some of the creatures still clung to him, providing me with precious samples. Never look a gift horse in the mouth, I guess. How is this? Oh. I can see how it's blocked. Incendiary bolts. Well, don't think those will come in handy, but, you know, guess it's good to have them. I may want them to destroy groups of rats. You never know. Is there anything else back here? This place is certainly quite full. Hello.
You're up.
Yep.
When you're ready to talk, I'll tell you what I know.
All right. Well, before that, I would like to look around and see what other kind of books we might have. Guess there's none in here, but there was one out there. There's a little bit of food here. Don't need it. All right, which one is this? The Shindiri Gift, a study by Emoira Clipswitch. On the effect of the winds on the Karnakan landmass and resulting economic positions. Whale oil, liquid power. How astonishing that within those beasts, inside the oil harvested along with their flesh, was enough power to see the isles through these tumultuous years. And it all seemed limitless, but now the lights begin to dim. Our fisher folk say the great beasts are increasingly rare. Not all places will suffer this loss equally. Fellow natural philosophers, Karnaka has a unique feature, the cleft of Shindiri Peak, through which the winds are channeled and amplified. As whale oil begins to run short, with the cost of finding the remaining leviathans escalating beyond the worth of the oil itself, Karnaka will find itself ascendant among the isles. Apparently they can use wind energy over there. It sounds awfully familiar. Trying to use wind and other various capabilities instead of oil. Wonder if there's any other places to find along this ship. Crown Killer strikes again,
We've been en route for 2 weeks.
Have we?
I hope Sokolov is all right. Wherever he is.
I'm sure he's fine. Blood of the Abel House. Chapter 4, Introduction. This chapter will focus on Edithia, I guess? Edithia Abel, steward of Colero. With sword in hand, she swept the marshes of raiders, sacrificing her life for Serkanos. We will provide newly uncovered insights into the exploits of Rabinos Abel, who built the ornate wooden bridges of Saganto. Follow along as we map out the expansions occurring under the Abels, through which trade routes to other isles were established, bringing riches to the nation-state, even as waves of settlers continued to join Serkanos from Morley. The Abels balanced growth against Serkonan culture. In later chapters, we will detail the times of the Theodonis Theodanus Abel, true son of Serkanos. Brave and benevolent, he united the East and West as no other before him. Even the rowdy people of Bastilion swore loyalty to him. One isle, one Serkanos, united under House Abel. Lastly, we will settle on Luca Abel, who rules today, partaking in feasts and merriments of all kinds, bringing joy to our fair isle. Unfortunately, he's partaking in all of that stuff and not really giving back as much as his relatives may have in the past. Delilah portrait, huh?
Sokolov's style. It's Delilah.
Anton started it just before he was taken. They've got history, but he wouldn't say more.
Interesting. Well, we shall have to learn more. Certainly a lot of stuff that's pretty broken up in here. This must be Anton's room since it hasn't been cleaned up. Sokolov's notes, Bloodfly study. I've wondered whether I have another book in me. The Bloodfly epidemic, coupled with basic information on life cycle and behavior, might make an excellent project for this old natural philosopher. Bloodflies are exotic insects. Unlike anything else found in Serkanos, I suspect they originated on the Pandician continent. In groups of 3 or fewer, they are harmless. Individuals won't attack, leading me to speculate that each emits a scent that has a collective effect on larger numbers of bloodflies. Bloodflies are attracted to rapid movement and sound. Their nests can be broken apart, scattering the swarm, and in particular, the nests are quite susceptible to fire. The insects require fresh corpses to lay their eggs, which hatch in a breathtaking fashion after a very short time. More corpses in a Serkonan city, say during a crisis or plague, mean more bloodflies. Interestingly, in the last part of a bloodfly's life cycle, they calm a great deal, leaving the swarm they molt, causing the wings to drop off. Afterward, each bloodfly lives a solitary existence. Very odd. Bloodflies are largely restricted to the south, preferring warmer climates, like certain aging natural philosophers. Oh, we found number 1 of his journey to the Pandician continent. A colleague of mine owns a stunning map of the known world, adorned with curlicues and sea beasts. It has a cherished spot over her mantle. She paid handsomely for it, and was so bristled when I enumerated the various errors. Chief among them, of course, the size and placement of the Pandician continent. Oh, how cartographers are loath to show how small and distant our empire really is compared to that giant landmass. As if Pandicia were but a few days' journey from Iran. Every veteran ship captain knows that it takes months to reach those shores. I had no doubt that Pandicia was rich in resources, but a place must be understood if we ever hope to exploit its myriad of treasures. These were my thoughts as I agreed to join the ill-fated expedition, and so it was. On the 3rd day of the month of Earth, under calm gray skies, the great sea vessel Antonia Aquilo set sail with captain, crew, researchers, and myself, 38 of us total, for what would be the most terrifying and spiritually draining experience of my life. You must be bloodflies. You look like you could be quite the pain in the ass. Apparently that's something to pick up right there. I don't know that I really want to open this up. By the way, before we do anything, we should go make sure that these are all cleared out, so if we ever aren't sure, we can go in there again. Alright, I'm gonna do it. Okay, it wasn't that bad. Dried bloodfly husk. Worth 5 coins. Okay, not really that great. Let's check out this audiograph.
Dearest Emily, or must I say, your Imperial Majesty, I have something that you and Corvo must hear at the first opportunity. It concerns the murders happening across the Empire, committed by this so-called Crown Killer. When I left Bristol years ago, I swore I'd never again take part in any further political matters. I've done my share of bad things, and some good, before and after the Rat Plague. But here in Karnaca, I've uncovered a terrible conspiracy against you. Here, at the bottom of the Empire, the cobblestones smell of death and corruption. I'm staying with an associate, Megan Foster, aboard her vessel, the Dreadful Whale. We'll leave for Dunwall in the morning, as soon as the tides are willing. I keep thinking of the way sweet Jessamine was stolen from you and your father, and I fear it might be your turn to face such turmoil. I know Corvo would protect you with his life, but please do not trust anyone.
There you are, old man. I was asked to pay you a visit.
Wait, what's wrong with you? Megan!
Off we go, Sokolov, to somewhere more private.
Well, who knows who that was exactly, but it certainly sounded like it might be someone related to Delilah.
I miss listening to old Anton Sokolov and his travel stories. He even explored Pandyssia.
I wonder if sometime during this game we'll get to explore a little bit of Pandyssia. It's talked about so much, but we never really went there. Alright, let's see here. Anton Sokolov's investigation notes. Why can't an old man enjoy his last years in a warmer climate with good wines and spicy foods without stumbling into another nest of aristocratic vipers eager to coil around the heart of this empire? As I've learned more each week for months now, I've found my mind turning over the movements beneath the surface here in Karnaca. Duke Luca Abel, and some inner circle that even seems to include Captain Mortimer Ramsey of the Dunwall City Watch, a betrayal that boggles the mind. How many others are involved? They aim their venom at our dear Empress, young Emily. That much is certain, but when will they strike, and how? Do I dare spend another month gathering stray bits of esoteric information, linking it together with what we already know? Can we even afford another week? Or should Megan and I set out for Bristol tonight, taking this leaky tub through the canal? Corvo will not hesitate. He will act as soon as I hand over what I know, and if I'm too hasty, it might be his undoing. Coming home to his native Serkanos without some critical piece of knowledge about this affair. And then there's the Crown Killer to worry about. If that fiend is part of Duke Abel's schemes, as I suspect, how long until the dreadful whale catches the Duke's eye? Well, maybe not the dreadful whale, but you certainly seem to have caught the Duke's eye. Or at least Delilah's, is what I'm assuming. Well, I guess that's about it in here. Unless there's something back this way. There could be. It's a nice little nook. Would have been a great hiding spot for Anton. I guess that's it. Something tells me this is of interest here. Ghastly murders, Anton Sokolov. And then we have the map here. Let's check out the wanted poster.
As assassins go, the Crown Killer was messy, vulgar. The Duke wanted people afraid. Sokolov always seemed ageless. Not now. With that watchtower, the only way to get to Addermeyer is through the carriage station.
Got Delilah up here.
Delilah's powerful. How is it possible I haven't crossed her path in all these years?
Perhaps because she was careful and waiting, biding her time.
Before I leave Serkonos, Duke Luca Abel and I are going to meet face to face, and he'll pay for all this. Mortimer Ramsey, the entitled son of entitled parents. The Duke's coup relied on a weasel like you.
So I wonder if this board is going to fill out as we find all the suspects. That would be kind of neat to see. That's completely locked off. Did we ever go down here? I do not think we did. Trying to fix the secondary engine. Anton, your idea of improving the head gasket sealing with a guano coating is the worst you've ever had. I'll make you sleep in the engine room if you don't fix your mess by tomorrow. Megan, if all inventors were as delicate and short-tempered as you are, you and I would still be paddling around in carved-out logs. Megan, I made some mulberry cake. It's my own recipe, improved by Tivian spices. I left it in the galley. Anton, where are you, old fool? I hope nobody hurt you. I'll find you, I swear. I miss you. See, that's the kind of stuff I want to find, you know? Any kind of equipment that I can get for free is always good. I don't know that I'll be using that very much. Maybe I can use it as a way of distracting people by shooting somewhere around them. Alright, the last place that I want to look at is right out here. It's in the water anyway. Anything? I don't know, maybe. Just gotta go for a nice morning swim. Now I can see what's open on the side pretty easily. Unfortunately, it's only two things. So unless there's something on the other side of this boat, then I doubt there's anything else to be seen here. Is that the whale? Oh boy, there's something trying to eat me. Oh shit. Just trying to get a better view of the ship. Come on. Alright, well, there's nothing down here.